Hello, my fellow Nigerians in Yorkshire, in the UK, in the diaspora and at home. And I'm broadcasting from you from Abuja, the art and culture in Abuja. And first of all, I would like to say a happy 64 Nigerian independence to you, whether you're a Nigerian student, Nigerian family, and businesses. So you're welcome to the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network YouTube channel. For those of you that are subscribe to our YouTube channel and you're about to subscribe, please continue to subscribe and press the button. And we give you quality information, and this is information about the betterment of Nigerians in the diaspora and even at home. So today, the 1st of October 2024, we're celebrating the 64th Nigerian independence. But when you look at the other flip side of it, we are not actually celebrating the 64th Nigerian independence. We are still in a dreamland. Because when you look at the reality as of today, the amount of corruption, poverty, high cost of living, injustice within our country, Nigeria, is still there. The current administration, we have bad leaders that have, we've put our hopes and faith onto for the past 64 years. And there is no change. So let's take it in a perspective. Before our independence of 1st of October 1960, we have the British that came to Nigeria to colonize us, the governors. Compared to now, after independence, there's no difference. So the 64 independence anniversary is something that we're dreaming of, we're hoping for, and one day that hope will come up, will be realized by all of us. The reality on the ground is that we're still a slave to our Nigerian leaders, and that is the issue, and until we get ourselves out of this shackle, a shackle of poverty, shackle of slavery, shackle of injustice, shackle of leaders, embezzlement of money. We don't have good leaders in Nigeria. Let's look at our resources. Nigeria is the biggest in the whole of Africa. Our population is up to 250 million. But the current situation for people is not worth celebrating. I cannot stand here and say I'm celebrating the 64 Nigerian independence. And in your heart of hearts, at your home, you cannot say that you're celebrating. So who are the ones celebrating today? These are just the leaders. These are our leaders that are in the current government, our bad leaders that have led us to the current situation of Nigeria. We have seen so many protests. The government are not listening. It's just like when you put on your radio. If you're not listening to that radio, how can you make use of the information in that radio? How can you think that what the radio is saying makes sense? We are the radio. We protest. We talk to the government. We talk through the media. But are the medias, TVC, NTA, Arise, Channel, YouTube, are they doing enough to make sure we communicate the current situation to our leaders? No. Do we have leaders that, put themselves in our shoes? No. This is when you look at our current President Bola Tinubu, at the crisis where Nigerians, lower level, middle class, high class, cannot even feed their children, cannot even afford to put 3 square meals on the table. And you, as our president, you are there You were open to all this luxury, but people that you're serving, people that put you into this post, they are going through hard time. The reason why I came down to the art and culture in Abuja, which is opposite Continental in Abuja, next to Silverbird, is to show you our history. Nigerian, we have a very rich history. And for those of you that have been to the art and culture, if you look at it, you will see that our culture is the most richest around the world. We have resources in terms of tradition, in terms of language. We have resources in terms of, what people can rely on to live their daily life. The oil and gas, agriculture, we have good weather. And Nigerians are the happiest people. But on this day of independence, can we actually say that Nigerians are happy? No. The government is saying that we are celebrating our 64th, independence. But, when I go around in Abuja, when I go around Nigeria, Lagos, Akure, Edo, where I'm from, people are not even celebrating. People are struggling. They are managing. They are trying to live day by day. 3 square miles. I've been in lots of taxis. The taxi driver cannot even afford to buy petrol to make sure that they bring 3 square meals on the table for their family. And we have the officials. These are officials embezzling our money. You see our president buying $20 billion aircraft. $20 billion aircraft. Build a house for the vice president for 20 billion naira. We have the senators in the House of Assembly. They spend billions and billions. They're not affected. Why did we elect these leaders? Why do we elect them in this position? Because our children, we don't have a future for them. Nigerians don't have a future for our children. And my visit to the art and culture today is to show a lot of you that on our YouTube channel, the rich culture of our country, Nigeria. When you see the national anthem will tell you that this is the suffering we had before independence, but we're still suffering, even if it's even worse now, after independence. Go out there and ask any Nigerian, can you feed your family? Can you pay your school fees? We have seen a lot of Nigerians that have japa to the United Kingdom, to overseas, to make sure that they can feed their children. 3 square meals. They can have a good environment for their children. What is our current government proud of? Nothing. The last time the president said that he was going to be sending 20 truck of food to every state. And when we speak to a lot of people in all those states, nobody has seen even one Congo of rice. These 20 trucks goes to the ministers' families, ministers' friends, etc. And is this the country that we say there's injustice? We're still under slavery. We're not independent yet. Yes, the British people, they have handed over Nigeria to our Nigerian leaders, but our Nigerian leaders' rule is even worse than the British colonial masters. On this day of we celebrating our 64 Nigerian independence, does your family, do you feel celebrating the 64 Nigerian independence? The answer is no. Because we're still a slave. We're still a slave to our Nigerian leaders that are there. And this is what we call corruption, injustice, poverty. When you go on the street, when you see families that are struggling, and for those of you that normally comes back home, like me, you will see people. When you giving people 500 naira, 1,000 naira, 5,000 naira, it's nothing. It doesn't buy anything. It cannot even put a breakfast on the table for one person, not to talk of a family. And our Nigerian leaders, whether you're a governor, whether you're a senator, whether you're a minister, whether you're a local chairman, whether you're a councillor, they have all this money, luxury, grab it to benefit themselves. So today, my name is Mr. J. Skolawole. I'm the founder and the president of the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network in the diaspora. We're based in Leeds in West Yorkshire. Our community, our role is to continue to help Nigerian families, students, and businesses with food, palliative, jobs and accommodation, and all other services that is required. And that is why today, we can say that, yes, this is the 64th year that we have taken independence, and there is no difference. That one day hope and dream, we're still about to realize it. We're still in the shackle, we're still a slave to our current leaders. So my message to our current leaders today is that whatever you do, the footprint of there will be there. And what I normally say to any of our rich people in our country is that all this wealth, all this money, when God and Allah said your time is off, you're not going to take it to your grave. Even the Egyptians, we understand that the history of the Egyptians leaders is that whenever they die, they bury their wealth with them. It doesn't happen. This is a video, a YouTube that the Nigerian Yorkshire is doing today. So please, our leaders should think about themselves, think about their legacy, think about their children. You have your children that all of them are in overseas, in a better school. But what about the middle class? The people that are on the streets, the homeless? Infrastructures, we don't have light, we don't have current light, we don't have, look at petrol, the price of petrol. The government keep on saying that, okay, what they're doing is on the long term. But it's on the long term. For the past 64 years, we have not seen any improvement from any of the leaders, any of the past leaders or current leaders. So, all I will say, my message today, on the day of our 64th independence, which I know that most of you are not celebrating. And the only people that are celebrating is all our leaders. That they're in a better position. The injustice, the corruption, we're still a slave to our leaders. And until we'll come off that shackle, that is when we'll realize our dream has already come true. So my message to all our leaders